All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be showing you how to wrap your driver's side B pillar. Let's jump right in. Step one is going to be pop our plastics back a little bit so we can get some access to stuff our fabric in and get some masking tape on the pillar. So looking inside the crack, we can see where some of these clips are. We're just going to insert our panel popper tool and we're just going to pop them back a little bit. We don't need to pop this thing all the way out, but just pulling it back enough that we can get tape and everything in there is going to make our life easier. There's an actual Christmas tree style plug in here. So we're going to use our panel popper tool. Make sure we get it behind there nice. Pop that back. There's another one that's going to be on the front of this. This is a tricky one to get to. When I was trying to pop the bottom of our plastics off, I accidentally popped the Christmas tree out of my plastics. So it's just going to slide in from the bottom. I use my tool to pop it out of the metal, and then we're just going to put it back in. With everything pulled away, we're going to take some tape. We're going to mask this edge so we don't get some overspray. It's going to be important to wrap our blob first so that we can get our fabric here overlapping the top of this. Getting a nice clean edge on our blob is nearly impossible, but on this fabric section here we can get a nice clean rolled edge. With everything masked, let's go ahead and use a little bit of isopropyl to degrease the area and prep for our adhesives. Today we're going to be using 3M Formula 74. Always be sure to test spray away from your work area to make sure you don't get any funky sprays. Looks good. Starting with a 12 by 60 inch piece of fabric, we're going to fold over the top 1 inch so we get a nice clean rolled edge. Now we'll just glue it up. Before we start applying our fabric, we're going to go ahead and peel our tape away. For aligning our fabric, we're going to want to make sure we pay attention to this lower section here. So we have a very wide triangular area here at the bottom. We want to make sure that our fabric is far enough inside, so we're going to wrap this lower section. But we are going to start from the top. All right, to start, I'm going to try and align my fabric right here at the top of my pillar plastics, so we get a nice clean looking seam in this area. So I'm going to fold my inside corner. I'm going to press in nice and tight, making sure we have good alignment. Then I'm going to jump to the bottom and make sure we have overall alignment looking good. So I can just kind of pull tight into this area, make sure it looks good. Make sure I'm coming out past this triangular area. Looks like we're in good shape. So now I can start applying from the bottom. I'm going to pull back away from the inside edge and roll the fabric into that inside corner there. Okay, so just pull it back, make sure we get good adhesion. With this area applied, then we can now start applying back away from that corner. So now we're going to start trimming our fabric in order to tuck it behind our plastics. I like to leave about 1 inch past this seam so we have enough to tuck in behind, and then we can trim it up a little bit as needed. Always start with a little excess trimmed out because we can always take more off. If we cut a little bit too much, we're going to have to pull it off and start over. So I'm actually holding my finger off of my knife here, and I'm using my second finger as a guide on that rolled edge of steel so that I can have a nice uniform edge as I trim this away. Using our panel popper tool, we're going to stuff the fabric into the edge between our plastics and our pillar. When we get to the point where we have one of these clips, we're going to make a relief cut so the fabric can go around it. You're going to want to make a relief cut for every clip along the column. And here at the very bottom, I would just cut my fabric away so I'm not over the top of that last Christmas tree plug. With our fabric in place, we can push our plastics back and lock it in. All right, and with that, our job is complete. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next video.